Oh yeah, I should change it to Natsu. Oh shit. Hi! Welcome to Fairy Tale Podcast. I am your host, Natsu Dragneel, of little import. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not important. No. Uh, I'm in the middle of doing things. I like things. Things are fun.
Things
Why you
are
gotta be like
neat.
that?
Especially like when they're all tech things. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, we have a new member. It was basically it's been somebody that we should have made a member for a long time now, but we just didn't. And it might have had a thing or two to do with the fact that he didn't have a decent mic back then, and now he does, and we should probably add him. If you were on last week's show, we just called him Gavin. This week, after after a comment made at a full frickin' photo that we did, like we had like 3 or 4 photos that were taken of like all of us that were at a KaiCon, Fairy Tale Podcast and OTP Manga people, because let's face it, pretty much everybody was one and the same, except for Wendy, who is not involved in OTP Manga in any way, shape, or
Except for
form.
Keith, who was up in the bedroom.
Yeah, oh yeah, Keith was up in the bedroom
No.
for...
He was in the media room. I left him to watch the media room.
Oh, you left him to watch the media room. Okay. So anyway, we had like a giant group photo session, and because it's the majority of the podcast was kind of there, I can't remember who, but somebody made a comment that he should be our new Panther Lily, and everybody agreed with it, and I was like, okay, yeah, we need to do that anyway. So, Panther Lily, yay!
Yay! Hi guys. I'm super excited to be here in junk and things and stuff.
I feel like the last panel that we attended from you should also be a thing that we do at least once a year on this show.
I am more than happy to do that. Hopefully I can make it last less than an hour.
But for anybody who's going through anime overload, Panther Lily can help you learn how to hide your weeb.
No, it's not your. They mispronounced it on the title. It's actually yo. How to hide your
Hide
weeb.
your weeb.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
weeabootis.
See, I say just own it. Like, just flaunt it, man. Get it out there.
Yeah, but generally in certain times and places, not
Lose
so much.
friends, family members, all social norms. Go for it. Just go full tilt.
Just walk into a funeral wearing a big Vegeta shirt.
No, just walk into a funeral and being like, yo, man, he didn't just believe it. Or just like, man, this is worse than when Mace Hughes died. My
Oh my
God.
God, no! Walk
Like,
into
dude,
a funeral and
actually
get
died.
down
I
in
know
front
Mace
of-
Hughes really
get
died.
down in
He
front of
died
the
like 3 times.
casket and just scream Jiraiya Sensei.
Go to your
Alright, so
interview.
none of you
Dressed
do
as
that.
someone from the host club.
Yeah, no, that's actually a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Somebody did a job interview while wearing a full host club cosplay.
No, they didn't have the wig.
Oh, they didn't have the wig, so they were
Yeah.
just wearing the host club outfit.
It's
Because-
apparently the best suit they had.
Well, all right.
You know, if they don't know what it is, though, that's actually okay.
And if they do and they like Host Club, man, you just got hired.
Right. All right.
They
So
didn't.
sadly, Mira Jane's not going to be on the show tonight. So I've decided to let the boys just have all the fun, and both Greg and Gavin will be actually checking out the comments because Greg's just a funny guy in his own right, and Gavin's
Also,
pretty good.
I'll be doing that after I dust my Transformers here, so give me a minute. Or
Oh, okay. Well, then Gavin will be looking over the comments because I already know he's good with a crowd.
What? No, I'm camera shy.
So you'll be looking over the comments and responding accordingly or whatnot. Just, yeah.
Richie, here, show me how to do that, because I'm lame.
So, because you're lame,
Because I'm
Go
technologically
on
dumb,
YouTube.
as you well know.
I will send you a link in the chat on the side. It's the little blue box
Okay, great.
in that left column that pops up, and I will send you a link to that. Or, they could actually just let me fucking go to the episode. Yeah!
Hell no.
No, that would be
That'd be too
that
easy.
would be too
Yeah.
easy.
You and your ideals, your silly ideals.
I know, right?
Ah.
Don't you realize?
No, I don't need the Google Plus thing. I need the fucking YouTube one.
But did you update your drivers?
I did not. I
See,
don't.
there you go.
I updated
Oh,
everything. In fact,
Did you
I
buy
didn't
the season
update my
pass?
drivers. I
Oh.
updated everything because now this computer is also on Windows 10.
I'm
So-
dreading it at this point, just based
No,
on everybody
it's-
else's problems.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not really a big deal.
It is if it doesn't go right. That's the thing. Like,
It
I
hasn't gone
updated to
wrong.
Windows 10.
It hasn't gone wrong yet for me. So
I think it's honestly like luck or something because I updated to Windows 10, and all of a sudden nothing worked. Like my speakers didn't work for some reason. It even though it was playing on my monitor, didn't recognize my monitor. No USB.
I had
that
I
could
had
work
that
with
problem when I got home yesterday. I had to unplug and replug everything and all that
See, I wish
jazz.
that
Like
fixed it
as
for
soon
me,
as I
but-
unplugged my speakers, like it started playing out of my laptop speakers after a couple of seconds, and then I just plugged the headphone jack back in, and it worked.
See, maybe it's easy for
weird,
like laptops. I figure it probably must be, right? At least for
Yeah.
me, like it would like lose internet connection. It's wonky. Like I'm waiting for them to.
It's not
kinda-
very good with a Vast. Just saying.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I've heard too. No, I'm waiting for them to kind of like just work out the kinks.
Well, it's a
'cause
Vast
that
has
one is fine with me.
updates and patches for Windows 10, so for a while, Microsoft Edge may be your only option as for getting on the internet because your internet will not. None of your browsers will get online because they believe they're being blocked by the firewall. So
Yeah, I'm not
there's
using
that.
Internet Explorer by another name.
What,
There
yeah.
was
Well,
no way.
there's actual Internet Explorer and Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is.
Oh damn, they have two now.
It's like Internet Explorer and a half.
That's gonna be like twice as good as Google Chrome if they got two now. Nah, I'm just kidding. Google Chrome's still better. What am I saying?
Yeah, we only have to use it to broadcast. Nothing big. Nothing big.
Nah, nothing too major.
We-
It's just
we-
a better
look,
browser.
look.
Whatever.
Great. If we could just go one episode without upsetting our Google overlords.
No, see, I love Google. Like, I'm not gonna use another browser. I really am not.
All right. So I believe we have.
Also,
sponsors.
send me money for saying that, Google. Please, come on, dude. That's worth like $5, right? Come on, hook a brother
I
up.
believe we have sponsors this week. Correct, Carla?
Yep.
First and foremost, this show is actually sponsored by the Carla plushie. I'll be getting all the information about that. I am so sorry. It is. You can actually find it on on eBay. So look around on eBay for that. I don't have the card readily available. I don't know what happened to it. I'll be searching through all my information that I gathered
was it
over
custom?
the course of AkaiCon to try and
It was a custom Carla.
Yes, it's a custom card.
Oh, damn! All right, that's really cool then. I thought it was just like a random plushie, but that's awesome.
No, that's a. They also have custom fairy tale umbrellas, custom T-shirts, as well as
feel like
a
if you
happy
get-
custom. They also have a happy custom pillow, and
It has like a little bitty body too.
Nice. I feel like if you're getting a like fairy tale umbrella, you kind of have to get Juvia's.
yeah, well, it's
You
not.
know what I mean?
They do.
You
They
can
do
do that
have those,
both.
but these are fairy tale. These are umbrellas. These are actual umbrellas with like fairy tale images on them. Not
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, get
Specifically
Juvia and just get Juvia all over that.
Also, Panther Lily happens to have a bit of swag from the same place.
Yes, I do.
It's a tiny little. It's a little
Hold
fairy
on,
tale.
I can grab it. I have it with me. I'll be back in like 2 seconds with it.
Okay.
Nice.
And while that's going on, let us get to our sponsor for the week.
Okay, so our sponsors are GameStop because the PlayStation 4 limited edition Destiny: The Taken King 500 gigabyte bundle is still available until the 15th. So you can pre-order it. You go to the site, and you click on our little GameStop advertisement, top right corner, and you can go and buy your PlayStation 4 limited edition Destiny thing. Destiny's not really my thing yet.
No, but that's the one I need, the PlayStation 4.
I say if you want to get a PlayStation 4, like this is the way to get it.
Yes. And of course, I left
Because
Go
it carries a
Hastings.
shit ton of memory.
Yes.
And you can also
on the
change it.
site.
So
Yeah.
So we can give a little bit more Go Hastings, so you can save up to 60%. So, bam, go do that. And that is on the bottom left below the Volume 49 manga. So, you can go and do all that.
and you should do all that.
And you should.
The other thing that happened in the comments that I thought was hilarious is Alex Atkins says, Carla plushie hype.
Carla plushie hype.
Yep, Carla plushie hype. And
cuddled
Carla
this
plushie is so cute.
bad. Like, we got into the house, or we get to the house probably about 11:45, and I took like 3 things out of the car: my phone, my purse, and the Carla plushie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I went upstairs and I got it into my pajamas, which you guys know me, that means I didn't wear shit. And I
I
crawled.
like how you went through the work to actually say pajamas, and then you decided to just fuck that, destroy that.
you know.
what I mean.
I was naked.
Yep. And then I crawled into bed, and I curled up in a ball, and I cuddled with my Carla, and I went to sleep. And that's how I woke up, curled up around Carla.
Naked, yeah. That's about right.
Yeah.
What? I had to wear clothes all weekend, and it was really weird.
Yeah, so did I.
Says the pasty Russian cat.
The pasty Russian. I am not Russian. I have no idea why that woman thought
I had
that.
to go through last week's episode and put all the time markers in, and I remembered that, and I had to rename the episode and all that jazz. So, fun times.
Oh, did you put something about me being Russian in there? I didn't look at it.
No,
Oh.
I don't remember.
That's a long time ago.
You're asking me to do things. I want to do things.
No, Natsu is punished for his irresponsibility, is what you named it.
Yay! Something much better, because there were way too many puns going on with Wendy.
Oh God, Wendy.
She was literally telling the same joke to every new person she saw.
Yeah,
And then,
She was-
to make matters worse, because normally it would just be kind of cute and a little bit funny, coming from a 12-year-old, hey, would the go say the bee, booby, and then she actually explains the joke.
We good?
Okay, we just saw the 12-year-old in Panther Lily. But no, she goes and explains, she's like, because, booby, get it? I'm like, dude, if you just wouldn't have said that last part, the rest of it would have been fine. I only heard 5 random strangers groan at the joke, so, she's actually doing okay. A con is a good place to tell kind of a lame sex joke, because, it's everybody there is basically a teenager. Even if they're legally an adult, they're more or less a teenager.
I have a good reaction for you guys. She was in the media room with us, and somebody asked to use the room, and I was like, okay, well...
There's Elisana. We will
Come on.
actually have Reedus's tonight. Yay!
So I told her to go outside and not let anybody in the room, because she wouldn't, she couldn't be quiet. And, well, she lets people in the room, so I ended up having to go out there, and about the time I go out the door, she's telling that to one of the press guys who's waiting outside to get in the room. And I walk out just as, you get it, booby, and he looks at me, and he's got this most confused, helpless, why are you letting her torture me look on his face, and the only thing I could come up with is, she's 12.
I mean, but that's fair,
So
though, so...
So I go, I'm sorry, she's 12. I have no other answer. And he's just like, and like got up and walked off.
Was it Andrew? Please tell me it was Andrew.
No, it wasn't Andrew.
Damn it, that would have been funny as hell.
He just kind of looked at me like, I don't, what? Like, why? And so
I can't process this right now.
Back!
He's away.
He eventually came back and he's like, so is she like that with everybody? I go, oh, you have no idea.
So much worse with people she knows. So now that we've got that part out of the way, let's move on to workout and getting in progress stuff. If you want to help us out and encourage us to get into shape, you can use the hashtag fairytalefitness. Last week, I did lots of walking at a KaiCon, but that's not the point you want to hear. I did a lot more push-ups when I was smoking, so I got my chest back. Not during the con. That would have been way more push-ups than I could have done.
Yep.
It was a bad idea to try and do push-ups every time I smoked at a con. Because that's just... I would have been dead way sooner. But as soon as I got back home, I started it back up. And, goodness. I did do my normal weekly routine before everything happened on Thursday. I managed to get my routine done early morning on Wednesday, but in the afternoon we had to go and pick up Lisana, whose flight kept getting delayed. Poor Lisana. This is going to turn into, I feel like this podcast for at least 5 to 10 minutes is going to turn into a bitch fest about airlines.
Oh, yeah, no, I got delayed again. At Atlanta.
Oh, of course you did. What time did you leave?
What?
What time did you leave Nashville? What time did your flight
I
take
got
off?
to Atlanta on time. And we were supposed to leave at 6:34 and arrive at 8:11. I arrived in Sarasota at 9:07. So that might say something about the delay.
Okay.
At least my shit came back in one piece. One piece.
Yes. So moving on from that, because I don't want to continue on with airline hatred for too long.
Especially because we're trying to get more sponsors.
Right?
United. Not to say names, but...
I don't blame the airline. Because this only happens when I go to that specific airport.
So the point is that I did exercise and I was kind of productive in getting into shape. Anybody else?
I climbed 6 flights of stairs while I was at the con.
Damn.
Me, Wendy, and Mira went Saturday morning and swam in the pool and worked out in the gym. And we recorded it, but the gym was really awkwardly set up, so I don't know if we can actually use any of the footage.
I'll have to be the judge of that since I'm the one that'll probably be doing all the editing for it.
It was really confusing. Like,
I was both staff and a guest. I think that's enough of a workout.
Yeah, because that means you were not able to stay still.
No, or drink.
Or really? You weren't able to drink at all?
I have church on Sunday morning. I don't get to drink Saturday night.
It's not real church. It's poke church.
Hush now.
Can you imagine me trying to do that with a hangover?
Yes.
I've done it once. I don't recommend it.
No crap, but you know what? Instead of a hangover, you should do it. You should do it after having 2 more shots. That way you're buzzed for the whole thing.
True. And I couldn't do it Friday night because I had a kids show.
Right.
And when I drink, I don't not swear.
Right.
So, but that's most cons for me.
Well, Greg, what about you? Or was it just taking care of Aaron's legs?
Was that? I don't think that was when we were live, was it?
We were not, but I just
Okay.
had
Just to clarify, I was cleaning an Eren Yeager action figure, and I was caressing / massaging / I was just generally taking care of the dude.
slash
Servicing
groping.
him, as it were. I don't know. I have my weekly routine, I guess, that I go through, and yeah.
We didn't have any gaming videos because we were all at a con.
Except for me.
You did gaming videos, that's true.
I did not do gaming videos.
Oh, well.
I played games. It was great.
There is a panel I have to talk with you about that we're planning for next year, so because we're trying to bring you in as well, Greg, because you're part of OTP Manga.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I will have something to talk with you about, and basically I will type it in a bit. Moving on to the final thing, OTP Manga updates. We did a bunch of panels. Things went really, really well. Of course, our fairy tale panel had the most attendees because it's a fairy tale panel. But for those of you who would like to donate to our Indiegogo, we have lots of fabulous prizes and perks available to you. And if you would like to get one of our very, very rare exclusive Infinity's Light shirts, I made sure to wash mine so I could wear it today. This is what the limited edition shirt looks like. It's very shiny and pretty, and it's
I have one.
But it doesn't have the best character on it, so it's pretty good, but it could be better.
Basically, with the exception of Greg, everyone on this call has this shirt.
Also,
if you were at a KaiCon, you got this shirt. If you were at a KaiCon and you were part of OTB Manga, you got this shirt.
Yeah.
That's all that means. Also, that reminds me, I need to send out a big tweet to Danielle, or I need to send out a tweet to Danielle saying big hugs, and she was awesome this weekend working with us and everything. So, yes, let us talk about a KaiCon. I'm going to start with...
show you guys the thing I got in one of the mystery bags.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to start with Carla. Tell
Okay.
us about your KaiCon experience.
I stared at the same 4 walls for 72 hours.
Damn. Correct.
Can you clarify what you meant so that everybody won't think you just tripped acid on day 1 and were stuck that way for 3 days?
Okay, I was staff this year, and I was in charge of the media room, except for it wasn't used how we intended it to be. People just kind of stored their stuff in there. Saturday, however, everybody was in that room, and there was not a moment of peace to be had, which was awesome because I liked it when people were in the room, because then it wasn't just me by myself, and there was really cool people, especially the 2-player media guys. I wish I had my lanyard that has their button on it. They were awesome, and they really liked my shirt, and I was wearing the Infinity's Light shirt.
Ah, sweet.
And so they asked me why I wasn't here on press and why I was staff, and I was like, because I'm doing this, or kind of. And they're like, what do you mean kind of? And I had to explain that Infinity's Light is one series, and there's OTP Manga, which is over all of it. So then the dude hands me his phone and is like, give me all this information, like, here's Facebook, and here's YouTube, and here's, all my links. Type in that information so that I can like it. And so I had his phone, and I'm like, okay, well, Facebook, here's this, and then, And so then I gave him my phone so that I could watch all of their videos, and they got a really neat concept. I really liked them. They were awesome.
Who are they again? Sorry, I was barely listening.
2-player media. They were dressed up as rednecks at the convention.
Oh, right, those guys, yeah.
Yeah. Their stuff is really neat. Like, they're rednecks. They basically think that if you're Pikachu, you're dressed up as Pikachu, that you're really Pikachu. And so they start asking you questions that Pikachu someone would want to watch as to Pikachu. So it's really neat. I watched some of their stuff while I was in the room. Everybody was obsessed with that horse painting in that room.
In that room?
He really, really did not understand that painting, and he thought it was hilarious. And of course, Wendy, Wendy tried to turn it into a unicorn multiple times. Was obsessed with it being a unicorn.
To which I switched it from being a unicorn to a horse with a knife stabbed in its head, because I'm a sick bastard.
She found a piece of cardboard and she went over there next to the painting and was like trying to see how she could position it, and then try to take a photo of her holding its fake unicorn, horn with its, and she was a mess. But everybody was really puzzled by that painting, like guests and staff and press, like just everybody that painting was the subject of very many discussions. Other than that, I had a train of thought and I totally just freaking lost it. I like the venue. The hotel this year, it was better than the other one. I will say that.
Yeah. I just wanted to point out that you said you had a train of thought and you lost it, and I was just about to say, but then you started talking again. I was about to say, welcome to Fairy Tale Podcast.
Right.
You can say it now.
What else can I say? Calvin, he learned the reason for always wearing your staff badge. We were going to go to the pool, and I grabbed my staff badge, and he's like, "Why are you grabbing your staff badge? We're going to the pool." And I'm like, "Watch. Before I get to the bottom, before I get to the lobby, there'll be a reason for me to have my staff badge." And I didn't even make it off the 5th floor, and I needed my staff badge. And he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I see why you have your staff badge on you at all times now." I was like, "Yep, that's why." So, my boyfriend, he was there with us, and he basically hid in the room all weekend, and I finally found out why. He is really not a fan of being put on the spot or a social public speaking. And
I didn't put him on the spot that much.
He was really not liking it. Like, he's like, "Please do not make me do that ever again."
So he doesn't like doing panels.
No. He's like, "I am okay with being the guy in the background."
All right, next time, you just sit in the audience like everyone else.
You guard the door. Make sure the door's still there when we have to leave.
Yeah, we did stumble on a new and improved way to do the fairy tale panels, though. We've decided that we're gonna go to Party City and get those little tickets that they have at like carnivals and stuff, and we're gonna raffle away our prizes, except for the main prize, which will still be a Guess Who with Carla thing. You still have to play Guess Who with Carla to win the main prize. But yeah, throwing buttons and stuff into the audience, while funny as hell for us, probably not safe
dangerous
for
and
the
bad
audience.
idea. People have gotten
No,
injured.
we are loving the fact that the happy cosplayer was the one that received the happy wallet.
See, nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt, but that's not always the case. Especially if like we'd have got the Funimation stuff, it would have been like DVDs and things like that, and that'd have been like probably a bad idea to throw.
No, that would
those.
not be something that we were throwing.
Had I known that Gagiel actually had raffle tickets upstairs, I would have been like, "Ooh, can we use those?" You know. But I think we are going to start using those when we do fairy tale panels at cons. And I've already got to talk to 3 cons tomorrow that like want us to do Infinity's Light OTP manga stuff at their cons. Yeah, they're all Tennessee cons too, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. That means I can go easily.
Yeah. One's actually closer to you than it is to me.
Most are.
Not necessarily. None of these are in the Nashville area. I'm actually closer to 2 of them than you are.
Sweet.
Yes. But continue on.
Yes, do continue.
Who was talking?
I don't know who he was talking about.
Do you guys want to hear a really bad joke?
No, but I'll hear it
All
anyway.
weekend long, so probably not. No.
Okay. If Jesus had a gun, what would his favorite gun be?
See, I happen to know Drunk Jesus. I was hanging out with him all weekend, and I can
love
tell
Drunk
he's
Jesus.
145.
No, just say like I don't know or I don't know. Tell me.
I don't know. Tell me.
A nail gun.
Ah.
Right.
Shame.
Right.
All right. I
I'm not a
was
good-
talking
I'm not
to Carla. If you want to continue talking about your weekend.
Oh, okay. I still hate elevators.
This was not a terribly bad elevator convention compared to some, though.
Yeah.
No, it's not like bad elevator conventions. Actually, this was the most, the easiest of getting up and down from your hotel to con floor. I just don't like elevators because they seem to have this thing where they have to do an up, like a little, up, if little bounce or something, and it gives me vertigo or something. I don't know, but for hours after I'm on the elevator a lot, I feel like I'm doing this, and sometimes I am physically making myself go like this. And those elevators, I don't know why, but it seemed to have amplified the feeling. So I really don't like elevators anymore.
Dragon Con or MomoCon, those are like some of the worst elevator cons I've been to.
I ended up taking service elevators at MomoCon because I was hanging out with a Big Daddy cosplayer.
I've taken the service elevator, or rather the guest elevator once when we were guests at Momo, like I think 3 years ago, something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Alrighty. Gavin, would you like to talk about your experience?
Of course.
You did a lot.
I was a double guest and staff of a KaiCon. I ran my own department, which is similar to what you would find as security, but it does different things. And then I was a guest for my own panels, and then I was in a bunch of OTP manga Infinity's Light stuff. So I was very busy. But of course, it's a KaiCon, so I had a lovely time. Halfway through the con, I was just like, I turned to my girlfriend and goes, "Hey, you work for me. How about I just work for you instead?" And I just made her my boss, and I was just like, let's just trade jobs. Because she was doing awesome the entire time. And then we also had our anniversary at the same time, so I took her out for romantic dinner and all that jazz. Like I do.
I love that Mira Jane called her your lady friend. Like that's the specific term that she used. She was like, "Gavin has such a cute lady friend," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
I mean, not inaccurate though.
Not inaccurate. However, she was concerned about one small thing. She was like, "Is Gavin's lady friend okay after the incident at closing ceremonies?" I was like, if she doesn't know that Gavin does that just for giggles from the audience, then she really does not know Gavin.
No, she's okay. We're good.
Like, we're standing on stage during closing ceremonies. They bring all the guests up on stage. We both walk up on stage. Gavin turns and looks at me and goes, "Want to have a yaoi moment?" I'm like, Yeah, let's
They weren't
fuck with
cheering
Wendy.
enough.
And we just start making out on stage, drop to the ground, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
weren't
God,
cheering enough,
poor
so I made them.
She was sitting next to me when you guys did that, and she's like, "Oh,
Oh, wait, who?
Wendy."
Oh, yes! We broke a Wendy!
But anyway,
I'm not apologizing.
I wouldn't either. Yeah, I did more than 15 hours of programming over the course of the weekend.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did 8, and that felt like way too much.
Yeah. Including, all the extra guesty stuff I had to do. Yeah. And then when I wasn't a guest, I flipped my badge over to the staff badge.
And I feel like if we're going to cons together from now on, like, it's going to be this, you're joining me for the OTP stuff, and I'm going to be your assistant for all your battles.
I can always use a good handler to carry my apple juice.
There we go.
I mean,
I can't
but yeah.
profess to be your lovely assistant, but I can at least be your assistant.
I can dig it. But my favorite thing is I had one badge on one side and another on the other. So I could always just flip it to the other one for whatever I needed it for, and I'd like go up to someone and be like, "Hey, I really need you to stop the thing that you're doing right now. It's kind of against the rules." And they go, "Oh, we're just having fun." And then I turn my badge from guest to staff, and they go, "Uh-huh." And the looks on their faces were kind of the greatest thing ever. Their looks just went, "I'm just having fun. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." I'm just like, "You're just messing around. I understand. Just don't do it as rough."
Right.
Or I could do the reverse too. It's like, "Sir, you're not allowed in the green room." "Oh, you're allowed in the green room." Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Those breakfast burritos were amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. We had guest badge, and yeah, I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, exactly.
But my KaiCon was exhausting but fulfilling. So, in a brief word.
Lisana, how was a KaiCon for you?
I used up so much cash in the dealer's room.
Good job. I'm proud.
Well, I mean, I did get something for Richie.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what did you buy for you?
And currently Devin has it because I rushed out of closing ceremonies and left it there.
Oh no!
So actually, I have this really awesome little cube clock that glows and changes colors and stuff, and it's fairy tale. It's got fairy tale stuff all over it. It's absolutely awesome. And she got me an Elvis Stitch. An Elvis Stitch, the little pop figures that they have. She got me one that's Stitch basically dressed up as Elvis, which I found appropriate, considering that you were staying in room 626. But yeah, unfortunately, it got left behind, and we tried to get with Devin today to pick it up, but Devin has it, and he's gonna mail it to me. Okay. But
and if he doesn't, I'll take it, and I'll find
because of the way that Wi-Fi works. It may end up being that way where I may just tell Devin, I'm like, hey, if you're gonna be at XYZ Con in a couple of months, I'll be there too. I'll pick it up from you then. You know, it's not like he's going to cons that are not close by or something. There's one con I know that I can go to, and I wouldn't even have to pay for a hotel because a friend lives like 15 minutes away, and they'll let me crash.
Okay.
Said friend was also at a KaiCon. Yeah. Juvia lives near one of the cons. That's all I'm saying. And I can crash on her sofa. No problem.
Juvia. Oh my god.
I'm not getting into that.
No, it's not that.
I just love the fact.
Why do you keep bringing up things that we can't know about? God damn it.
No, I just love the fact that Lucy, who is a handler for several different voice actors, like she's used to a certain amount of stress and pressure. She tried to be Juvia's handler this weekend, and she immediately gave up after night one. She was like, nope.
Well, I've been Juvia's handler at several conventions, so I get it. But no, this was the night afterward. We went to the hot tub, and Juvia, and her ever loving talent. I don't know how she does this. There was a guy who was hitting on her.
There's always a different guy at a con. Always
who was in the hot tub, and like he was.
Please tell me he was like super chunky.
Huh?
He said, "Please tell me he was like super chunky."
I still didn't hear what he said.
He wants to know if the guy was super chunky.
No. So, this guy's bending over backwards. He's like trying to impress the hell out of Juvia, and she sees one of her friends, and she's like, "Oh my God!" and yells out the name, and he's like, "I'll go get her. I could get her," and she's like, "Well, if you could get to the door before she gets in the elevator, go ahead." And so he tries. And of course, he can't get to the door before she gets in the elevator, and so he comes back. He's like, "I'm really, really sorry. I'm really sorry," And Juvia, being Juvia, she's like, whatever, brush, 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 brush. And so then he decides that the other female in the hot tub is game now, which is me. And Juvia flicks water at Calvin, and Calvin's holding my phone. And I look at her, and I was like, "Hey, that is my phone in his hand." And she's like, "Oh. Sorry." Well, then apparently this dude decides that he can flick water at me too, and Robert thought this was hilarious because he was in the hot tub too. So the guy tries to flick water at me, and I'm wearing contacts, and so I like blink really fast. It doesn't get into my eye.
Wait. Juvia is here but has no voice, but he was legit not, like, oh my God, talking about if he was overweight. I love it. I love that Juvia's here. I wish she could just type this stuff out. Juvia, tell them about yours. Panther Lily undercover.
Anyway, so he starts trying to flick water at me. And I just look at him, and apparently I gave him the look of death because he immediately sits backwards, puts his arm up on the back of the hot tub, pushes himself up, and is like, "I'm gone." And about that time, Robert dies laughing, and he's like, "You just glared at him, and he ran away."
He told me about that, too. He told me about that later, said it was hilarious as hell.
Because, I had turned to say something to Robert, and there's just water flicked at my face, and I literally was just like... and he's just kidding. He's like, "I'm done."
All right. So, now that we've heard that story, let's move on to Lisana's weekend.
I also got this in a mystery bag. You've got mute, dude.
Random grab bag. You got a $50 figure.
Yep.
I think it's more like $30 if I had to guess.
Nope, 50. It's right here on the box.
Is it Sega?
I can't tell. The box is in Japanese. Yep, it's Sega.
Yeah. It's $30. It's like $30. But still, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm keeping it anyways. The only thing I'm selling are the 4 manga that I got from the bags that I don't want, so. Well, I mean, as far as the con goes, it was super fun. I enjoyed just being able to kind of go to the panels and then relax in between, so. Minus blowing all my money on merchandise, I had a good time.
Nah, you did good.
I don't have anything else to say.
By the way, Robert confirms that this person was insanely annoying.
They were, it was horrible. And so they tried to get Juvia's attention again when we got in the pool, which didn't work because I shoved her face in my boobs and kind of drowned her.
Oh my God. I love seeing Juvia's comments right now. It was like he was so insistent, but it was so not happening. And then, how did I miss that? Oh God, that would have been awesome.
Apparently, I have
amazing.
mastered the get the fuck out look.
I love it. I love it. It's great.
Oh.
Pantherly, his computer kind of crashed, so he's restarting.
And now I'm back.
And there he is. So this entire time that we've been talking about a hot tub incident involving Juvia, Juvia's actually here and commenting, and I love it.
Oh, yay!
Juvia's apparently been here this entire time. That's great. And Carla's death stare. Don't mess with the Carla, says Alex Atkins. Alan says, I've seen that look. And I'm like, yes, you have, Alan. Yes, you have.
Oh, yes, he has.
Damn, get wrecked, Alan. Jeez. I don't know what you did, but I kind of want to know.
I don't remember it either.
That's how bad it was. He doesn't remember.
I don't know if I've ever met Alan in person or not.
You've glared at him via computer. I know that much.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. He'll probably remind us in the comments. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Also,
to.
Alan, thank you so much for spreading the OTP manga love and sharing it like crazy and actually donating it to it. You're one of the first 3 donators, which I thought was awesome. Thank you for that.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah. All right, so moving back to Lisana, tell us more about your weekend, lovely dear.
Sleeping wasn't that easy because I had to construct a bed out of the chair, the stool, and the rolling chair that goes with the desk.
Next time, just push Gagiel off.
That's what Master did in our room. He apparently enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah, he said the bed was too soft and he couldn't sleep on it. I was like, it's memory foam. It's awesome.
Oh, hell, I was like dead once I hit that bed.
I mean, that's nothing. That's nothing. The first night, I got in at like 4 in the morning. I'm like, I'm going to take a shower. So I'm going to grab, because I took my clothes out of my bag and put them up on the rack in the closet because I don't want to be trying to pull clothes out of my backpack and then end up throwing my mic out of the bag and damaging my mic, because Yeti mics are not exactly cheap. They're cheap for voiceover mics, but they're not cheap for microphones.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not something you really want to damage and or lose. So anyway,
No, it's not.
I open up. I start trying to open the little sliding mirror door for it, and I'm like, I don't remember this thing being this difficult earlier this morning. What happened? I have not consumed nearly that much alcohol to the fact that a sliding door should be more powerful than I am. So I start sliding it, and I finally get it open, and I take a step forward, and I'm reaching forward to grab my stuff, and my foot seems to be touching something solid a little earlier than it should be. I look down, and Robert is actually laid all out in the closet. He slept in the closet the first night. No idea why.
Oh my god.
Apparently, I think he was trying to be considerate or something, and he just... We had 2 beds for a reason, so that everybody could sleep on the bed.
Wow, what a champ.
Yeah, so he just slept in the closet. I was like... And at that point in time, like, I'm at the point where I've had enough alcohol to just be like, that's weird. Oh, well, fuck it. Like, in the morning, it's a different story, but, you know... When I'm still drunk, I don't give a fuck.
Juvia!
There's the Juvia. The Juvia decided she was going to have to talk about this infamous jacuzzi incident, or hot tub incident.
So, first off, I feel like shit.
Join the club.
I don't know, I feel pretty good.
All of y'all.
It had nothing to do with us. You outside partying all the time. Had nothing to do with us.
Outside, actually, what really killed it was going to the cosplay contest and cheering for everyone I knew up there.
Because you know too many people.
I
Yeah,
do.
stop doing that.
Yeah.
You're only allowed to hang out with this circle of friends from now on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Now that I'm in this circle of friends, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Any other stuff, Lisana?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Juvia, talk about your weekend.
Okay, Jimmy will talk about her weekend. Okay, let me tell you, the #1 most difficult thing in the fucking world is walking with a cane when you are used to being able to walk, like, without even caring.
That's right. Her ankle was messed up this entire weekend.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to a doctor about it tomorrow because the swelling is really not down. So, but anyways, other than that, let's see. So this whole thingy, first off, I don't know if that's me echoing or not because I don't have headphones because I can't find a single pair in this damn house.
Yeah, it's you. Well, I hear echo coming from something, but I don't know if it's specifically you.
Well, it might be me. I'm sorry.
I'm muted.
But anyways, so this hot tub incident was just like the tip of the iceberg. Like I hung out with this guy for like a couple nights, but the main reason I started hanging out with him is I'm hoping to God that none of them are watching this. But I was hanging out with him because his friend was hot, and he took it that I was hanging out with him. I was like, "You're cool."
Juvia's always thinking with her eyes.
Yeah. I was like, I'm really not interested in you, but I know you're hitting on me hardcore. I'm sorry. Like, I even messaged his friend, like, because I'm actually texting his friend right now, but I texted him, I'm like, he's kind of starting to get a little annoying, and he's really freaking out all of my friends. he's like, well, he's only there for a couple more hours, and, you know, he doesn't know anyone else there, and I was like, I kind of felt bad for him, and that's the main reason I didn't tell him, like, look, dude, just leave, because he didn't know anyone else. But, like, he was like, well, do what?
Don't worry, Raven took care of that for you.
Right.
All with one look.
He was following me around like a lost little puppy, and that drives me nuts when people do that at convention. Because then I'm like, just go away.
Whereas I'm the exact opposite. You're lucky if you can find me half the time.
That's very
Same.
true. I looked for you like a billion times and couldn't find you. I was like, I give up. I don't even care.
Damn, wrecked.
Half the convention I was walking, half the conventions I was sitting down, like waiting for everybody to walk by me.
I saw Bethany. I got to talk with her.
Yeah, I saw her too. She was awesome. But that was about it. And then like, I had a lot of fun because I went to a bunch of the parties, and I hung out with Scott McNeil so much. If I saw him, we'd be hanging out for like 10 to 15 or 20 minutes before either of us would go like part ways. And then like 10 minutes later, we'd be hanging out again. So,
He's neat.
he's awesome.
I like his face.
I like his hat.
His hat's nice too.
I like his hat a lot.
Everybody likes that hat.
He's a lot of fun though. He's super sweet. So, and then other than that, I fell in love with Phil Mizuno.
Who didn't?
You and every other female there.
Not just the females, okay? First off.
Yo.
Second off, yeah. Yeah. Can you blame
It's not
him?
fair. He's nice, he's sweet, he's sexy, he's Canadian. It's not fair.
And he's super, like, what's the word for it?
Weeby?
No.
Oh, are you talking about me?
Super hot, sexy Canadian and weeby? Yeah, we're actually talking about you.
Okay, well, definitely one of those, which
You know-
is
The weeby.
Weeby.
I've
Pretty
seen the amount of
much.
figures in your wall, sir.
Right.
He has a nice collection of figures.
No, but, like, and then Oh, he's very humble. That's the word I was looking for. Humble.
Goddamn Canadians and their
Humble.
humility.
Yes.
God damn it.
He's so cute.
He's like, that's definitely not Greg.
Let's see. Other than that, I roomed with 4 guys that like I only knew 2 of them to begin with, and I was slightly like worried when I first went in, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that's like basically the extent of my weekend. I hung out with Naru almost the whole time, and I loved it. Or I mean,
Tiger Queen wants to know if you put ice on your ankle and tried to lessen the swelling. No, I don't think she did all that much. And then at one point she went into a hot tub.
well, okay, no, I heard it on Wednesday, and I've been icing it on and off like since then. Except over the weekend, I didn't want to like go upstairs into my room and hide and like sit for like 20 minutes or whatever and ice it. I'm really bad about that. Like seriously, I would be sitting for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then I'd be like, okay, I have to get up and I have to go find people, and that's it.
According to Alan, I am a con ninja. So I like this. I like this term. Apparently, I lap people at MomoCon. I was lapping people. Like, I didn't know there was a race, but yeah, I'm okay with this. KaiCon was a lot of fun with me. For me. It's my second time being up on stage at a KaiCon. Last year was more nerve-wracking than this year because it was my first year actually being a guest up on stage and doing all of the stuff. I don't know. It was definitely a more demanding year because we were doing a lot more stuff. It helps that I was more familiar with like the venue because it's the same venue they had for GMX, and I've been going there for quite some time. So I was kind of used to the hotel, and we liked it previously from before, and a lot of the members that we had, especially from around here, and Caitlin herself, like we'd all been here at that specific hotel before for GMX the previous year. It also helped that I did not have my drunken nephew with me. That part so much better. Babysitting Bree is so much more fun than babysitting Holden. Because
I believe I remember that incident.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As far as panels went, well, I had like 8, and it was actually 7 for stuff that I was actually registered for, and then I did the abridged panel with Tony, our Gagiel, because I'm in his abridged series and he was debuting the episode, and I did not realize how much stuff was going to be in that episode, and I did not realize I was in that episode twice as 2 different characters until I actually saw it. And if you don't actually know which characters I'm doing, you wouldn't be able to know. You'd probably guess one of them pretty easily, but the other one you probably just would not know it's me. And I was like, yay! Because I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Fun times. Saturday was busy. Because it was like, as soon as it got to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it was like, do a panel, you only have an hour break. Then you're at another panel. And it was like that for like from 4 to 11. And then by that time, it was like, nom on some pizza and just go be a teenager, because I had no responsibility until like much later that day. That was kind of more or less my con mentality late in the evening on both Friday and Saturday, was just go be a teenager. Or you don't have responsibility, make stupid decisions. Which I haven't like just consciously decided to go out and be a teenager and go drinking and just be silly in a long time. I do it pretty much on instinct.
I'm going to point out that drinking is not condoned.
No. Look, I'm 33, okay?
But I mean,
I've earned my, and I don't drink all that often, so a KaiCon's is one of those times where I get to actually drink during the year. and I'm drinking around other adults. But what I mean by go be a teenager is I get to go around and act silly and not have responsibility for a while. That's what I actually mean. I could do the same. I could be a teenager and could be completely sober. But, you know, that's what it equates to me when I say
But
be a
honestly, why
teenager.
bother?
I don't want an adult right now. It just means I don't want an adult right now. That's all it means. That's all it ever means. All right. We've talked about a KaiCon for a long time, so we're going to move on to Swaggity Swag. Just trying to get the show
Alrighty.
back under the way.
Do what?
I'm just trying to get the show back underway because it's been an hour.
Yeah. I
So,
think we need to,
Swaggity Swag with Carla.
I think we need to have like a separate KaiCon episode.
Well, we can't do Makarov's musings. Though I will say this: if you want to hear more about a KaiCon from our two absolutely favorite people that we were hanging out with, like everybody was hanging out with at the con, we had, of course, Master Makarov, Charles, and we had Calvin from OTP Manga. Both of them came down from really, really far. It was a 14-hour drive from them because, you know, coming down from New York and from Connecticut all the way down here to little old Nashville, Tennessee. That's quite a long, long drive. So we tried to spend as much time as we can with them because we don't, like, none of us had ever seen Calvin in person, and I think we've seen Charles maybe once or twice in person, and that was before we really got to know him. And now, you know, now that we know him as well as we do, it's even more of an event that we get to see him because we don't get to see him often in person. So it was really, really cool, and we had this great group shot that I'm hoping we can put up on the podcast soon. So, yeah. We will get to covering manga stuff later. I see people posting. Oh, Calvin says 17 hours. He's actually in the chat. He's actually in the comments posting 17 hours. I stand corrected. Calvin, I want that picture. I want to put it up on the OTP manga wall. Or like the Infinity's, no, probably OTP manga. Infinity's Light probably should stay the way it is for now. But yeah, Gavin probably had computer issues again and had to close and restart again. So that's what's going on with that. So yeah, let's get to Swaggity Swag.
Alrighty.
Over an hour in.
There's no news because, well, I knew that we were going to have such a time with talking about a KaiCon. So just your basic stuff, which for some reason it is doing this again. I do not know why, which is a very simple fix that you guys get to see now. So, watch this.
I'm back.
And it's fixed.
That is because he is.
Yes.
So,
Oh yeah.
so we have Manga Volume 50, which is available from Right Stuff. It is $8.24. Yes, you can pre-order it, and it comes out September 29th.
Hey, that's a week after my birthday.
I take that as a hint, 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 hint.
No, just buy it for yourselves. Buy a birthday present for yourselves on my birthday. Buy that.
Okay, then we have Volume 16, which is available from Funimation. You can get it for $41.24. Yes, you can pre-order it. It comes out August 25th, and it's episodes 176 to 187. Then Fairy Tale Blue Mistral Volume 1, which there is one lucky person that was at a KaiCon that has this very same manga, Fairy Tale Blue Mistral Volume 1. Lucky.
In English or in Japanese?
In English.
Damn, alright.
Uh, It is $8.24. It's available from Right Stuff. Yep, you can pre-order it, and it comes out August 25th. So this isn't even released, and this person gets to read it.
Wow, I mean, we love them, but we also hate them at the same time, right?
Kinda.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And it's still doing this. I give up. Anyway, then there's Fairy Tale Fairy Girls Volume 1, which is available from Right Stuff. It is $8.24. It is still up for pre-order. The release date is October 13th. And Anime Volume 17, which is $41.24. It's available from Funimation. It is available for pre-order, and the release date is October 6th, and it includes episode 188 to 199. And that's it for swag, because conventions, that's why. The answer, Juvia, is because he is.
Oh, yeah, we kind of went over that. Sorry for the...
Said before you started going over, like, I don't understand why though. And I mean, I would say with who, but I think it's fairly obvious.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Here,
It's probably
okay, again, I'm going to put this out for anyone who knows about it. If there's any gray Fullbuster Agehao on the internet, like, please link it to me, because I want it. This is, like, the next best thing.
what?
Agehao. Look up Agehao when you're, like, not around your parents. Just, I'm telling you. But, like, if you find it, like, let me know, because I want it as my profile picture a lot.
How do you spell that?
Like age, H-A-O. Like age, like the word, or like the Gundam series, and then H-A-O.
I'm slightly scared to.
You'll
Okay,
know
then.
when I mean, it's for adults, that's for sure, but...
Maybe I should turn my safe search off, because I'm getting pictures of cavemen and floppy disks.
Who the hell has safe search on? Come on. You're a grown man, right?
Oh, I do have safe search. I was joking at first, but it looks like my safe search is on.
Oh, that's
really?
true.
I know, Right Stuff. That is the sister site of Left Things. I wish there was a site called Left Things, like things that just get like left around, and they're like, well, I guess we might as well sell this, and then they do on Left Things.
That sounds like either eBay or Craigslist or Amazon.
Did we look up Agehao yet? Did everybody look up Agehao yet? Okay.
I did. I kind of, yeah.
Did we already finish swag that quickly? Wow.
There wasn't a lot of swag.
Normally it takes longer. I think. All right, we're on Levy's research, right?
Yes, I was waiting for you to come back.
Oh, okay. Levy's research it is! Yay!
Alright, so
we
we
don't
only
have an
have two
Elfman
questions.
with Elfman. He is currently getting rid of whatever it was that he caught at the con. Somebody has to catch con funk every time. It's going to be a roulette as to which one is going to be saved.
He pretty much always gets sick at cons.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to get into Levy's research. What are our questions today, Carla?
Okay, so the
Okay,
first
Levy.
question is from Winters, and he says, I will press the muffin button and ask this question. Why is it some anime characters' eyes are closed pretty much all the time? Is it a nosebleed type of thing? The examples I am thinking about are Miss Briefs and Super Kami Guru.
Well,
It's because they're Asian and they're like super Asian because they have like.
because the same thing is true with Genichimaru and Bleach, and I generally with the way that they're done now, I think with the case of Guru, it was kind of an age thing. I don't know about Miss Brief because she's hardly in there for very long, and the only reference I have to that is the Team 4-star joke. But as far as like characters like Genichimaru, it's kind of because they're more mischievous characters, I feel. But that's something that I took from that. That may not necessarily have been the creator's intent, but it tends to come across as they're more mischievous or not to be trusted kind of characters.
Like Brock from Pokemon. I don't trust that guy.
Yeah, he's a
I love that.
doctor.
I love that meme. How I see Brock.
Adorable.
How I see Brock. How Brock sees me.
So I probably shouldn't trust Brock just because I am of the female sex. But you know, I think he's pretty trustworthy.
Next question.
So what's the next one?
I love
Okay,
awkward
next.
silences.
Question is from Alex Atkins. Hi, podcast. Here's a question. Why is it that some anime for the first episode has an intro song while most does not, and the intro song comes in the second episode?
Well, actually, for a lot of those that you don't see the intro song in at the beginning, it's usually at the end, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, I was so confused the other day because I was watching an anime and I was watching the first episode and I watched the whole thing and got all the way to the end and that's when the opening theme song started playing and I was like, what? Oh, I was like, there was no way that was only a couple of minutes or whatever. And then it ended the episode and then the next episode started and I was like, oh, because I'd known that was the opening for some reason. I don't remember why. I think I'd listened to the opening before I watched the anime, which is kind of a stupid idea. But, besides the point. So I was really confused. But yeah.
Generally, for certain anime, I don't know what the criteria is for choosing which ones get that, but basically there are some that I think it's kind of like an artistic thing that they just want to start getting right into the story and not worrying about an opening because they're just trying to introduce the story to you.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing for a lot of them.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that they're trying to do with the beginning of the anime is like, let's just go ahead and get into the story instead of like giving you like a 1.5 minute to 2 minute opening.
That or they don't have the opening like credits done yet.
Yeah, they may not have it done in time. I don't know.
Because the opening gets done like completely aside from the anime for most anime. It's done by like a different team. So maybe I don't know. Maybe their team just sucks and doesn't have it done. So they're like, fuck it, and then they just like put it at the end, just the music.
All right. Do we have a third question?
No.
Why is the sky blue? Fuck you.
The refraction of water in the atmosphere.
Damn you, Bill Nye Science Guy.
Sorry,
Science,
Bill.
but at the same time,
All right.
that commenter.
All right, so that is going to be it for Levy's research, and we will move on to what's new in Animoo. For those of you new to this segment or new to the show, and basically talking about Panther Lily, what we do is we have a new anime that we will check out each week, and we will watch it, review it, and we'll talk a bit about it. This week it was Ixion Saga DT. I got 23 episodes in.
Dag, Holmes.
Well, out of the 25, and I did most of that last week before the con. I was only able to watch 3 episodes today. I probably could have watched more, but I had emails and other things to respond to. I had OTP manga work to do. So
Business.
Yeah.
Business.
Business.
Make me money so I can sound pretty.
Yeah. So you can continue to sound pretty.
I mean, can always continue to sound pretty. It's just a matter of.
What was your favorite question from the con?
Oh yeah, what voices are you bad at? I answered all of them, and then on Sunday, I was talking to one of the guys, and they're just like, you just need to voice all the pretty people. I'm like, you're right. I'm just gonna voice all the pretty people. I need to change my answer. I'm bad at voicing ugly people.
Alrighty. Alright, so who watched Ixion Saga this week?
I watched a couple of episodes.
I did not.
I was at a con. I didn't do anything.
I watched it before a con.
Okay, before a con, I worked my ass off. That's all. Like, legitimately, that's all I did. On Monday,
OTP Manga got released this week. I worked my ass off, too. Our Indiegogo campaign, like, if you would have seen the amount of emails I sent out. You would have seen the amount of emails I sent out and all the work I was doing online. You would basically be, like, saying the same thing.
I decided that breaking my ankle was more important.
Rude. Priorities.
Boo. Boo. Alright, so I guess Raven and I will be reviewing it. So, Carla, what did you think of it so far?
Okay, first, I hate the opening.
I haven't watched the opening, so I don't...
It's retarded. It makes no sense that 15 seconds of the opening is literally the letters DT on the screen, and it's like DT, 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 DT.
I think from my understanding of how things are going in the show, DT is an acronym for somebody that's, like, still a virgin. And so that I actually kind of find a little bit funny. But
it's annoying.
Also, we learned what ball physics is. Apparently, if you get hit so hard in the nuts that you lose one, it's apparently going to throw off your balance because the weight of that one ball is enough to stop you from being a good fighter.
That was amazing.
And so what happens in the next battle? The guy apologizes.
Definitely losing it.
The main character apologizes because he realizes that the big weakness is actually his fault. So he decides to do him a favor and even him out.
What is that mean?
Are you okay?
Oh my god, damn it.
What nonsense is this?
Yeah, Ixion Saga DT. Oh.
Are we sure DT doesn't stand for double testes?
Well, there's a character in there that's very much that you think is a woman, but it turns out that she is halfway a man.
I love
my God, when these two characters encounter each other much later on, and one realizes that one has no balls, and the other realizes that one does have a set of, they make a big deal out of it, and it's hilarious. I'm just saying, I'm like, oh my God, let me guess that in the future, at some point, there's going to be a testicle exchange.
I love how they introduce the one that actually, the female, not female.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. Marion, I think is her name.
Yeah.
And
because the main character starts hitting on her immediately, and the big dude is trying to warn him. It's like
he's like, dude, that's a dude, and she's like, yeah. You want to feel me? Grabs his hand and sticks it between her crotch, or in her crotch, and so he's just like, oh my god!
And whenever she gets truly upset, she goes back to her actual full-on deep male guy voice. It's hilarious. If she truly gets pissed at somebody, she will start cursing at them and screaming at them in her full, deep, booming male voice. It's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
And all of this happens in the first 3 episodes. The first 2 episodes I think it's the first episode he loses a nut, and then the second episode he loses the other nut.
No, it's the second episode he loses it.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's at the end of the first, technically the second, where they actually you realize what the animation that they showed was. Because at first you just get him with these two gold balls above his head, and you have no idea what's going on, and then it's like, oh.
So, for those of you wondering what's been happening to our Panther Lily, why he keeps dropping out, his computer keeps dying on him because he's got a crap computer. And that's one of the things we're trying to fix with our Indiegogo. So if you'd like to actually have our Panther Lily back on full time and actually make it a lot easier for us to actually record lines with him because his computer fucking works, we would greatly appreciate your donations to our Indiegogo campaign.
Microphone.
Yeah. Well, no, he has a mic.
No, I need one.
Oh yeah, Lucy needs a good microphone so she can start streaming again.
Yeah, because the one I have doesn't have a stand and is partially broken.
Yep.
So, like hell, I'll take a snowball.
Yeah. All right, so there's a very tsundere princess. Wait, Carla, have you gotten to the episode where she has 3 hairs, where she's got like a hair standing up, like a cowlick on her head?
No.
Oh my god, when you get to that, you're going to love that episode. Absolutely love that episode. Basically, she gets a hair standing up, and then they're like feeding her like crazy. Apparently, this tiny little 8-year-old princess can eat like Goku. And then the second thing, and then like if she gets another hair standing up, it means she's getting even more irritated. And if she gets to 3, she is apparently hell on earth. Not like her attitude, like she will literally kill someone with her bare hands. She has foiled assassination attempts because they happen to catch her when she was in one of those moods, and freaking her 3 hairs were standing on end, and she just almost she basically kind of murders almost or scares them so badly that they never ever return. She's turned hardcore assassins into sniveling little babies because they were so afraid of her. You
Sounds
will
like
love that
my
episode.
Person.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that they did. It wasn't that like they were, because they were bad people or anything. They just showed up when she was sleeping. She got irritated and beat the fuck out of them.
No, I'm talking about her. She sounds like my kind of person.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. I figure you will love this one. I actually give. Well, you know what? Let's just move on to our ratings. Shoot. What should we give them? What should I name them? Oh. Yeah. How many removed testicles are we gonna give out of 5 for rating this series? Or we'll just call them broken testicles at this point.
Boulevard of Broken Testicles?
The Boulevard of Broken Testicles, yes. So, Carla, how many broken testicles do you give this show?
I'm going to have to give it a 5 out of 5. This show is hilariously funny.
It like the overall plot of him trying to get back to his world because he gets sucked into like this other world, and you actually think it's a game for a long portion, and it may actually still be that, but like it's such a crazy world that they're in. Like it's supposed to be kind of like medieval or whatever, and yet they have hot springs and casinos and shit, and you're just like, the fuck. But yeah, I give this 5 out of 5 broken testicles as well. It is insanely funny. Carla, what is our anime that we need to be watching for next week?
Next week?
Yeah.
It is Wanna Be the Strongest in the World.
Since we had to push everything back, I'm going to go ahead and drop that one. What's the one that comes after?
Oh.
La Corte de Oro Primo Paso.
What?
Oh my god, I will be on here for that one.
Okay.
I
What
watched.
is
Okay,
it?
so I watched the original Lakota de Oro, and I loved it. I will watch that one.
Jesus, can someone
Okay.
type this out? I have no idea what you're saying. You're just saying like blah, 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 something in Spanish. What?
No, it's French.
Okay,
Lakota
whatever.
de Oro.
Also, Panther Lily, you picked an appropriate time to join up because this means you missed having to watch like the rest of us had to watch. Your Lie in April. You missed that one, so you missed the
Oh.
giant cry fest that was Your Lie in April.
Feels
Don't
And now
worry.
we have
I watched Grave of the
Lucy.
Fireflies last week.
Do
Not
what?
even the same thing. Not even the same thing.
What up, bitches?
Oh, that reminds me. If you have gone to our channel on OTV Manga, you may have noticed that we have a playlist up called Anime Stuff We Like. If you haven't checked it out, and Greg, I highly recommend that you check this one out.
Hold on, which is it? The one that came out in 2014?
Anime's Got Talent.
No, Lacordo de Oro.
Yeah,
The 2014 one? Okay.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched it, so it's new to me.
I feel like I'm gonna skip this, but okay.
Okay.
This seems a
And
little
then
girly.
after Lacordo de Oro, what do we have after that?
Fate Zero.
Yes, we're gonna review Fate Zero for reasons. And I did say in October at some point, or probably in November, when they've had enough episodes out, we will review Haikyuu Season 2. Which reminds me,
Got me hooked. I'm mad at you.
You guys are just making me.
Lisana, what episode are you on?
I have not been able to see any more episodes, so I'm where we left off.
Okay, so you're on episode 11. You
Yeah.
finish episode 11 and get all the way through the 25th episode. It's really, really good.
I
You'll love
keep
it.
falling asleep.
Well, get some more sleep and then watch the show when you're much more awake. All right. So that will wrap us up for What's New in Animoo, and we will talk about the anime recap. Who else watched the anime this week? I know we had a con, but I tried to watch I watched the anime today because, yeah, knew we had to for the show. Nobody else watched the anime. Just me.
I watched an anime. It wasn't Fairy Tale, but
Oh
I
my
mean, it was
god.
pretty good.
So how was it?
It was remarkably hilarious this time because it was I forgot how it was that Natsu beat the crap out of oh god, I can't even remember his name, but he's the guy that how much does it cost? How much does it cost? That's all I remember about the guy. Oikuruka. But
How many souls?
yeah, how many souls guy? Yeah, he's like because Lucy does the thing where she forcibly sends her celestial spirits back to the freaking celestial spirit world, and she does this with Aries, and she does it with Taurus, and then she does the same thing but says Natsu, making him think that he's actually a celestial spirit, and it's bad for him to be touching him because he could be sent to the celestial spirit world. This frees Natsu, and because he realizes that he can absorb magic, and if he tries to punch him, he can absorb his soul. He just and you don't even know where he gets it. He just gets these giant towers of block and just starts slamming one after the other on top of him until he's basically dead. Oh, it's the most hilarious, like, cartoony thing, and it's also the fact that when they're thinking about reasons why they need to continue to be to continue going on and continue fighting and all that. Natsu's thought is Igneal. Lucy's is for her celestial spirits and that she will not let them be captured. They're really kind of very personal and deep. And Happy's sitting there thinking, fish and Carla, fish and Carla, fish and Carla. That's his whole reason for existing, apparently. Carla and fish. And I'm like, yep, absolutely true. And then, goodness. It was named the Hellcore because the Hellcore room is where all the demons keep getting brought back to for resurrection. And Mary Jane had apparently used her, not necessarily her Satan soul, but her takeover magic on the tentacles that were in there, the tentacles that actually like reconstruct their bodies or whatever, and it destroyed all the reconstruction chambers. And like it was cool in the manga, it was badass in the anime. Just and then of course little bunny girl getting slammed in the back of the head because she's like the most useless demon that ever was. And the beginning of the fight between Neo, Minerva, and Urza, that was pretty much what went down, aside from everybody boasting over the fact that they said 3 minutes and Face would activate, and Wendy destroyed Face. So yeah, we're on the way to a massive feels trip in the anime, and yeah, not looking forward to some of that because I know I'm going to cry. And that has been my anime recap. I will give this one. I will give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. That is my recommendation. Go see it if you haven't. And we will move on from the anime recap to Guess Who with Carla.
Yay!
Let the nose begin.
Oh, okay. Let me get on this then.
Let the note begin.
And once again, Panther Lily drops. I love this. He goes, oh my fucking fuck. I'm going to get a new laptop. It will be a thing.
So sad.
Every time it crashes, he messages me on Facebook to let me know it crashed. So, yay! Let's have fun with Guess Who. And Grahy will be the one reading the comments back to us.
I will be reading every single one, so you better guess right.
Okay.
And this week we have a Crunchyroll pass as prize.
I don't remember who won last week.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't even remember who won 2 days ago, and we had 3 of them.
That's what Facebook is for.
Yeah. Or, you know, Gmail, I guess, is also good for that.
Alex Adkins won last week.
Oh, okay. So Alex has to guess random nonsensical BS.
Yep, so Alex, you can guess random nonsensical bullshit. Everybody else, you are open to win a... Did you say we were giving away Funimation?
Crunchy.
Okay, Crunchy. You can win a 2-day free premium trial to Crunchyroll. We recommend you do this when you have 48 hours to do nothing but become some kind of inanimate object potato.
Object potato?
Yes, inanimate object potato.
Because, you know, not everybody has a couch.
Yeah.
Who's the potato?
You're
What
a
about
potato.
potatoes?
I like potatoes!
Are we making mash?
We do the
No.
monster mash.
Anyway, so there is a 10-minute timer with a 45-second buffer. Hints do not count until I say they count, and hints stop counting before I start the 45-second buffer, because that's just so you guys can catch up. Hold on, I totally lost. Like I said, 10 minutes, you get 5 hints, that's 2 minutes per hint, and at the end, if nobody guesses, then we put the hints up on our website. We ask that you do not try to guess until next week, because guesses do not actually count unless it's live on the show. Okay. With that being said, your first hint is they have blue eyes.
It's me.
Yay, Panther Lily! You might want to check the RAM in your computer.
Ultron. I'm going with Ultron.
It
The
begins.
bluest eyes in the biz. What wonderful blue eyes. Let's see. Okay, first guess is Tatsuyo.
No.
Dote. Well, I'm
No.
gonna guess that's a no. Akihabara
No.
is a place, so no, it doesn't have blue eyes, but, you know, cool.
Frieza. Is it Frieza?
No.
Is it, though? Let's see some guesses. Oh, good God. Here we go. Chiyoda.
No.
Shibuya.
No.
Come on, man. Let's give the old college try. Ikebukuro. Okay, you're just naming places in Japan, so I don't know what's going on there, but the answer's going to be no. Pretty much all the time.
Your next hint is they are very dramatic.
Dramatic with blue eyes. What a combination. What a winning combination.
Oh wait, eyes aren't blue.
All right, we got Mira Jane.
No.
Donald Trump.
No.
Wait, was one of the clues really messed up hair?
That's kind of what I figured, but I was just checking.
No.
And stupid opinions? No.
Oh,
Richard
God.
Buchanan.
What?
My favorite fairy tale character.
No.
Richard Buchanan.
No. Greg, you should have been at the Fairy Tale podcast panel because you would have loved it. One of the hints for Guess Who with Carla was messy brown hair, and Natsu goes, "Oh, you mean like me?" And I'm standing up, by the way. So I look down, and I see the top of his head, and I go, "I said messy, not missing."
I still love that moment. You are awesome.
Everybody loved that moment.
I just love that. It was so funny.
That was like the best ever.
Oh, and if you were gonna say
Lisana.
something I actually wanted.
No. They wear a lot of makeup.
And we're sure it's not Frieza?
We're sure it's not Frieza.
Okay, hold on, let's see. Laxus.
No.
Blue Pegasus.
No.
Sherry.
Who?
Sherry Blendy.
Correct.
Okay, so Tatsuyo, after a bunch of really stupid guesses, actually pulled it out. So, way to be.
Yay! So if you will email us at fairytalepodcast@gmail.com so that we can get you your 2-day free premium trial to Crunchyroll. Sorry. I'm really sleepy. I still haven't recovered. So,
I slept 14 hours yesterday, well, this morning, to recover.
To be honest, I'm probably gonna go to bed after my segment. I am very tired. I've been up till since 8.
I've been wide awake.
What?
Since 8.
Since
Wow.
8 in the
Jesus,
morning.
that must have been tough. All right, well.
Yeah, plus
wow,
I've been
must have
hyped for
tough.
the
All
entire
right,
day.
let's,
Oh my God! It's the same time I got up, and you don't see me complaining.
I got up
I-
at
wow, so let's
5.
get up.
I
Yeah.
was in an airport all day.
All right, well, how's about we get onto your segment then, so you can go sleep with your lovely
we're
cat.
not done with Guess Who.
What, wait, we're not?
No.
Oh.
We still have to cover
Okay.
magic and abilities.
Oh yeah, Mira told me to tell you guys that she misses you.
I miss you too.
I miss her.
She is hanging out with her family right now, but
Why are you staring at me, cat?
And I miss her butt.
you miss her butt? Not the rest of her,
I
just her
miss-
butt.
Staring at me.
I miss poking her butt.
Damn.
I think you
And
miss
hugging her
tickling her.
boobs.
I think you miss tickling her knees.
I
That too.
miss her.
That too.
I
All right.
No,
I'm sure she's gonna see this episode over the next day or so and be happy.
I was totally planning
I
on
missed her
all of a
butt
sudden
and her boobs.
I had to leave. I was very sad.
So, magic and abilities?
Sure, why not?
Magic good.
Alright. So, Sherry has a magic that's called Doll Attack. It says Sherry's magic allows her to take control of anything, including celestial spirits, except for humans. She has a couple of attacks, like Doll Attack Puppeteer. Sherry takes control of any Doll Attack Wood Doll. Object Sherry takes control of a tree and animates it into a tree puppet, which she uses to attack her target. Then there's Rock Doll, which that one's pretty much explainable, self-explanatory. Carpet Doll, something I have to gain that, too much on that. And Mud Doll, well, as you can, they're all basically the same. It's just different objects. She has appearances in other media. She's been in a video game, Fairy Tale Portable Guild. Because Sherry appears as a playable character in the first Fairy Tale video game, Fairy Tale Portable Guild, but only if she is unlocked first. She has no element, and she possesses the following spells in the game. Angelica, Doll Attack, Mud Doll, Wood Doll, and Rock Doll. And then there's Fairy Tale Hikaito. What? Madoushi? Oh, it's a DS game,
Struggle life.
but it is not in English yet. So, and it's the same spells: Carpet Doll, Wood Doll, Burst, Mud Doll, Wood Doll, Dash, and Rock Doll. She does have some trivia. According to Sherry's Lamia Scale Guild card, the reason she changes her look during Ocean Sace arc is to celebrate turning 17, like a recognition of coming of age. Her Edalus counterpart was a member of the former Edalus Lamia Scale Guild. Unlike Sherry, she was a great friend of Lucy's Edalus counterpart. And that is it for Sherry. I think we can move on to Reedus's now. For
Alright. Let's refresh.
Gallery, so Lisana. And
I got it. Opa! Crossover! I like crossover pics, so. Cat keeps smacking your tail against my legs. You need to stop that.
But that gotcha Levy was perfect.
Staff votes don't count unless it's a tie.
I know. I actually didn't see any votes on it.
What?
I didn't see any votes on it. I didn't see any votes on any of them.
This is the only one that got a vote.
Lame.
Yeah. Anyways, kind of I don't understand it just because it's based off of somebody's fic. But it's titled Link, Mage of Fairy Tale Illustration by Anime Tale. That's Tayl. Oh wait, yeah, that is an L. From afar, it looks like an exclamation point. Goodbye, cat. Oh, you walk on the expensive tablet. Okay. Anyways,
Wow, what a dig.
holy shit, that background. Holy shit. That must have taken fucking forever. Like, that's probably the most amazing part of this piece, is just the atmosphere around the characters. Though I do have to appreciate kind of the simplicity of what they're doing, just because, you know, it's a moment of peace and they can just kind of sit and play their ocarinas and not have to worry about fighting or anything. It's a really beautiful piece with some really good lighting and, like, an amazing background. The only thing I'd complain about is there's some shading that looks like it's not done, and Erza's skirt doesn't, the folds don't go where they're supposed to. But like,
On her left leg, yeah.
yeah, like there should be a crease down between the legs because, you know, gravity. But, you know, most everything in this picture is absolutely fantastic aside from a few details here and there. Perhaps either the background could have been simplified a little more, or the characters could have been detailed just a tiny bit more, just to kind of balance them out a little bit better. But overall, the piece works really well on its own, kind of combination of the characters in the background and the colors to kind of bring it all together. So I'm actually a big fan of this piece, and if I wasn't basically invisible on DeviantArt, I would add a favorite to it, just because it's nice. Anyways, I'm going to go around and get everybody's ratings. So, Natsu.
C. I said C.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said let's see.
No, I said
Okay.
C.
Okay. Panther Lily? You're muted.
You're muted on the.
Got it. B+.
Nice.
Oh no! Wait! This isn't a grading scale of. I should probably explain that. This isn't a grading scale of report cards. This is bra sizes. A to double D.
Well,
A being least, double D being the most. Because it's fairy tale and boobies.
Really?
And
We
yes.
only go up to double D? Y'all are lame.
It's most.
I think we've gone up to F before, right?
Yeah, but double D is the official highest point.
C.
It's mostly because we're late.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna agree with C then.
Okay. Great.
I'll give it like a B.
Alright. Julia?
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself now.
I know. I was working on it. I had to get back to the page. I'm gonna say C.
Okay. Lucy?
I had a B.
Alright. And Carla?
C.
Alright, one thing you liked or disliked, Natsu.
You know, there's just not enough tall grass in the scene. There's just not. Just saying.
Yeah. You need the rupees. Or the Pokemon.
That'd be better.
Yeah, more Pokemon makes everything better.
I've seen a
You
picture.
know.
I've seen a TV picture of Link slicing at the tall grass, and he finds a rupee, and then he finds a heart, and then he freaking slices the next, and then he finds that he has beheaded a Pikachu.
Well, shit happens.
Alright, Panther Lily?
Urza's neck. I do not see it.
Alrighty.
Didn't
And
know
the
you're
lack
such
of
a fan
Pokemon.
of neck. Damn.
Okay. Gray?
I'm not a fan of Link's outfit.
Look, I know I wear a tunic, but I'm not into men.
I don't know. I don't like the Ocarina of Time Link personally, but that's just me.
I like Twilight Princess best.
I like the
Yes.
it's more detailed. This one's just kind of simple.
Okay. Alright, Juvia?
So, I feel like everyone else kind of probably agrees with what they've been saying, but I feel like the amount of detail on the two people is nowhere near as good as like the forest. So I feel like they look like they're photoshopped in there.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't fit to me. It's weird.
Especially Link's back, like it's very, very simple compared to the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all of it is. I mean, if you look at Air's face, it just looks so plain and boring, I guess. Versus like the background, it's like
It very much looks like somebody placed stock animation face onto an Urza body.
right, exactly. Yeah.
Alright,
Shit, I lost my place. I spaced out.
Lucy.
Lucy?
Apart from everything everyone has said so far, also, the fucking color's washed out. I'm sorry, if you're gonna do detail, like, at least get some color in there. The color is so washed out. It looks so bad.
It's like
I think it
everything
kind of works
is
for the
over-
background, but yeah.
It's everything is overly green, like way too green.
Yes, yes. It is like just a layer of green placed on top of it all.
They put a green Instagram filter on it.
Oh god, no. No, that actually makes sense.
That's
That
what
makes
it
it
looks
worse.
like. I'm not saying they actually did. I'm saying it's what it looks like.
I know, but that's what it looks like, and it makes sense. And oh god, that's horrible.
Hi.
Okay. Carla.
I kind of like how they did the forest. I agree with everybody. Like they're kind of like photoshopped in there. If like it's that whole I have one image, I have another. Hey, we could do this to make them one. Like I feel like, especially Urza, she stands out. So I like the forest, but I just don't like what's in the center of it.
Okay.
And this is pretty unified, I gotta say. Like, it's a pretty coordinated assault.
Yeah. Alright, so that means we're going to go to one word to describe this picture. Natsu.
Grass.
Panther Lily?
Sepia.
Gray?
Green.
Okay. Juvia?
#filter.
Alright, Lucy?
InstaFairy.
And Carla.
Green.
I think just going off of everything that's been talked about today, we should just go a Kaikon gets Instagrammed.
No, I think I get InstaFairy.
Instafairy. Alright. So yeah.
That's gonna wrap us up for this week's entry to Reedus Gallery, and we're moving on to the manga.
Yes we are. I'm just waiting on it to load.
Mangoes.
I was just watching a Super Saiyan on a talk show.
I'm just waiting on that sweet link going on.
Right? I was just watching a video of Super Saiyan on a talk show, aka Ronda Rousey, because she's actually a Super Saiyan.
Yes, she is.
The way that girl dispenses pain, you would basically think that Frieza had just said this planet had 5 minutes. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the terror.
I see the I saw my Tobio cosplay in the background for a second, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do that!
Right? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start things off with chapter 447.
So I'm gonna.
We will be calling people out as we get to their characters as per.
Oh yeah, I've got to go to sleep. That's right. I spaced.
Fairy Tale. All right, go. Fairy Tale, chapter 447, The Fight to Flee. I'm not reading the story thus far. It's too tiny, and I don't care. All right. So who was
Never read
villain
it.
last
What are you
week?
talking about?
Who was villain last week? Was it Jalal? I think it was Jalal.
It was.
All right. So, you know what? Because he was almost the villain last time. Panther Lily, would you like to be the villain this time?
Yeah, I'm good at being. Oh goodness, internet. Hold on. If I can get my laptop to stay on the whole time, I'll do it.
Right? If you can't, then I'll have to default to Greg.
Oh, I am definitely okay with being default.
This is a great thing. I'm okay with being default. I like how we lost 2 girls suddenly, and I'm like, I'm going to go. It takes less than 5 minutes to read a manga. I don't want to. No, there's no excuse for Heidi being 3 weeks behind. No excuse.
Okay,
All right.
well,
There's never an excuse.
Yeah. The only one here with an excuse is Gavin because he just got onto the show.
Thank. All right, I'm good and I'm ready.
All right. You actually had the fullest I'm back 4 years old. The first dialogue of the haha and all that stuff.
Cool. Haha. It's been years since I felt a punch that good. Nice. Give me more of that.
Well, you heard him. Knuckle sandwich coming right up. And Gray, you cock-blocking asshole!
So is Gray the one saying freeze?
Yep.
Oh, freeze!
Thirst.
Yeah. I love that he's just like, thirst. Okay.
What?
And then we have zwoosh.
What?
Whoa! Lucy will be windy, so you have 2 lines of dialogue in this panel.
The sand's sticking to me. Ah!
Urza dialogue, Raven.
I didn't hear her say the other line, so.
Said already, yes.
Okay. The sand. This is bad.
All right, Guildmaster default.
Oh, okay.
Yo, little.
There we go.
Who's saying whoops? Is that him? Oh no, that's bad guy, okay.
Yeah. Panther Lily, you still there? Yes, I saw you move.
Whoops.
You're saying, yeah, there we go. This is not the kind of family reunion I wanted!
I'm gonna be sick. Okay.
You are not going to touch my kids!
Quit it, old man! We can fight!
Not to quit shouting!
You think you can protect them all? You don't get it, do you? What it means to be Spriggan 12. Now let it swallow you.
Surprise
Hands
guest.
of death!
I'm sorry. It just says rumble and rumble, so all I imagine in the distance is saying, "Oh, let's get ready to rumble."
Ah, my stomach. That's not my stomach.
Okay.
What?
Mess! The red
Yeah.
line, now!
Wait, hold on. No. It's now let it swallow you. I didn't hear that part.
I did
What?
say that.
You did say that? I must have
Yeah.
been talking over you. I am sorry.
You're
Say it
rude.
again, just in case. they
Now
didn't
let
catch
it swallow you!
What?
The sands of death.
Yep.
What?
Wait. Hold on.
What?
Next. Now let it swallow you! The sands of death!
What?
Okay. You are so in character right now.
What?
All right.
Okay. Mess! Direct line, now! I think it's Mess.
Panther Lily, you're best.
To where?
There we go. Giant wave of sand. That's what she said.
This is just like the Phantom Menace. Anyways.
I'm going to protect you all no matter what it takes.
Then someone's like, old man. And I'm like,
Yeah, bet on it.
It's over. Anyone who's ever touched a sandstorm have died from their moisture being sucked dry. Witness the birth of fairy mummies.
Hold on for a second. What? Song name. Song name. Song name.
There it is, Sandstorm. Okay, good.
Old man.
Master!
Run away! And then someone's like, sir, and it's all like, what?
Sure. Oh.
What? Which is a weird sound effect for lightning.
Oh, it's a what?
Luxus came to bring doom.
Dun dun dun.
So I love how you're playing both grandpa
I need to
and
play,
grandson.
okay.
Laxus.
And then Erza was like, what?
Sorry, it's not loading. Okay. He caused an enormous sandstorm to vanish in a single blow?
He always did overdo things.
Oh, you're looking old, Grabs.
This is enemy territory.
Yay! You got to do Panther Lily dialogue.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then Gajil was all like,
Oh God, yeah. We're pulling out. That's what she said.
Everybody, get aboard!
Also what she said. Oh God, you all realize this is my ship. Yeah, but nobody wants to sail it. Moving on. Oh God. Lucy, you're happy.
Gazelle, Levy, and Lily too?
Wait, first, that's a ship. How can Gaziel and Luxus not be on it? And not how can not fucking I can say this line. I swear to God I will if I don't pop a vein. All right, one more time. Wait, first, that's a ship. How can Gaziel and Luxus be on it and not puking?
I got it eventually.
good job.
Struggle life.
You know what? Which one of you wants to be Juvia?
I got this.
I'll go for it.
Grace Summer, Juvia is here for you.
Oh, I feel even sicker now. God damn it. I didn't think it could get worse, but it did.
Wow.
Hey, I want to say something too.
You'd better not elf.
Honest. Yeah. This is evergreen, so I just love how the guys are starting to do the girl lines. Okay. This is a ship custom built for dragon slayers.
Huh? I think Wendy's gotten a little bigger.
Creepy.
Thus the little girl grows up.
So who is ever?
Oh, that was also me.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody after a year?
Can't say I've changed at all.
I guess I'll do Kana.
Yeah.
Mest, you're there, right? Direct line you all to the ship.
Got it. You ain't running away.
Whoosh! This is Luxus.
Oh, Laxus saying running? Okay.
Running? All we're doing is going home. Yes, home.
Also, your line.
Oh,
We don't want to be late for dinner.
Boom,
Pork
boom,
chops for
boom, boom.
How can I not be kicking your ass? This is what you learn when you dual wield needlers.
that was not even close, but, you know.
I don't care. I wasn't
Like that
trying.
you tried.
Yeah.
That was a surprise. Are those guys for real? So that barrier was yours?
I would grieve at the loss of any companion, Gilles.
You saying that last attack would have done me in? I think you're going senile, August-san.
It
And
has
just because it's funny, just because I like it. Greg, you're Zareth.
I just said the line already. I knew I was
Oh,
there.
shit.
It has begun, Natsu. Dun dun dun. Next one.
Yeah! Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Actually, I believe that actually is Gray calling him a creep.
Missed you, creep. Oh.
Yeah. You guys doing okay?
You all never change.
Operation Save the Master a success.
Oh, yay. We get more
We get
Juvia
some,
dialogue.
The Master, and especially Grey Summer, is safe and sound.
What are you guys doing here?
Alright, Lisana and Mira Jane. Mira Jane will be Lucy. Lisana will be Carla.
Okay.
I don't know why I blinked on names suddenly.
That was interesting.
It was. Okay. We thought we'd help out a bit with rescuing the master.
So we brought Laxus.
What do you go sneaking out for?
It was a secret mission.
This food's great! I don't need to puke at all! Okay, let's fight, Loxus!
Oh, why don't you shut up, you little crybaby? Wow, wow, wow. Uh-oh. You all!
Yes,
and then just has a
all.
bunch of shots of everybody looking all cool and whatnot, and they're all smiling like a bunch of idiots.
You're the best
Perhaps
family a
exactly.
guy ever had! Fairy tale!
Cries.
Don't count me in that.
No, no one will. Don't worry about
No
it.
one
We
wants
continue to
you.
chapter 448, Fight the Power. Row, row,
Fight the power!
fight the power. Row, row, I like Jack Bauer. Row, row, Eisenhower. Yeah. That's the full name of the title. If you don't believe me, well, fuck off.
So, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. I don't know if there's going to be a new chapter tomorrow or not. Usually I know in advance because somebody's already posted spoilers about Scanlation, but it seems there wasn't a Scanlation chapter yet. And I'm like, does that mean, like, it's actually going to come out on Crunchyroll first? That would be funny.
What?
I know, right?
Oh shit!
The Scanlation chapter only comes out like a day early, though, so it's like, why the fuck are we even trying? Come on, man. Get to some manga that's not officially being done. Translate the shit that isn't actually, like, up there. Everybody's
Like,
like... So,
like
yeah.
Infinity's Light. You could translate that.
Into Japanese, because it's
Sure.
already in English.
Whatever. Korean,
And,
maybe.
and we're going to be offering it for free anyway, so... Bam. Alright, so yeah. It is time to name this episode. So, episode 197. Holy shit. Yeah. And you show up at a time.
I'm good like that. I appear at the last moment.
Bless you. Alright, so episode 197 should be called what? Panther Lily.
I kind of like what we have already, but I'm gonna go with the disappearance and reappearance of Panther Lily.
Okay.
Because I've
Great.
been in and out of this sucker.
Great.
Oh my god. Hot pool action at a KaiCon 2015.
Oh, that pool.
I just want to call that. I just want to call it the Carla Stare of Doom.
No, hot pool action at a KaiCon 2015. You know it's gonna get views.
It will.
It probably very much will. All right, Lucy.
We've come so far.
Only to fall so
I
much
guess that's
far.
true.
Carla.
The Stare of Doom scares Panther Lily away.
Okay, I'm going with the InstaFairyFilter.
Yeah.
Though I do really want to choose Grace because I know it will get us a lot of views.
No, it's gonna get a lot of views.
But
People are gonna
at
be like,
the same
what
time,
happened?
I know it'll get us in a lot of trouble with the KaiCon.
Then just say like convention 2015 hot pool action.
That's even worse.
It's even worse because that's the only convention we've gone to this year.
They don't know that.
Yes, they do.
Damn it! I thought you were a ninja.
You don't realize
you
how
didn't
obvious
see
it
me there.
is.
I'm a con ninja in the fact that once I'm at the con, it's hard to find me if you're
Well, now
looking.
you gotta work on like getting in, delivering hours and hours of content, knowing the people, and then getting out without them ever noticing you.
No, I'm too noisy for them not to notice me. Alright, so if you want to chat with us on all of our social media, God only knows why, you can find all of it at the bottom of our you can find all of it at the bottom of our description below. If you would like to send us donations, well, that's awesome, but send them to OTP Manga instead of Fairy Tale Podcast because we've more or less taken care of all the stuff we need to take care of this time around. So, yes, please donate to OTP Manga, specifically Infinity's Light, if you want one of these awesome shirts. Yes. But while you're doing all that, you can visit our website, fairytalepodcast.com, and check out all of our sponsors and all the cool stuff that Carla is constantly updating on that site. You seem to have done a pretty good job of that because she keeps telling me how incredible it is that we keep getting more and more views each week. So I'm loving that. But while you're doing all of that, please don't forget the reason that we're all here. That is the Fairy Tale series. Please help keep Hiro Mashima employed. And it's very, very easy to do. All you have to do is purchase all the anime, manga, and video games and all the incredible swag that's out there. Show your support by being a fan. Remember, be a mage, not an internet pirate, because we've all seen what Urza does to pirates, and it's you will never get the smell of breadsticks out. It's scary. It's scary.
It's not for
So
kids.
that having been said, it's hard to get the smell of breadsticks out of a butthole. Just saying. That having been said, that's the end for us. Lucy, how do we end every episode of the podcast?
Wiener. Fish.
With vodka.
Oh, that vodka.